Okay, so the idea here is I'm going to make a combo recipe. I'm going to make a recipe using two different devices that I love today. The Instant Pot as well as the Traeger smoker. So it's going to be a spaghetti bolognese sauce with smoked Italian meatballs. I'll make sure I post the recipe in the comments section. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. The wine will be added to the meal as well. It's a darker Cabernet as well as some of my glass for the obvious reasons of pleasure drinking. Looking forward to making this video, guys, see what you guys think. So recently I've taken a liking to cooking. So this recipe is going to be covering my smoked Italian meatballs with homemade bolognese sauce. I'll post the recipe later, but as you can see, I've already taken part in the first phase, which is going to be rolling these meatballs with various ingredients, all fresh ingredients. These are going to be smoked outside of my Traeger. And then the recipe in phase 2 for the bolognese sauce is going to be the remainder of the ingredients, which is going to be done on my Instant Pot. And then the wine naturally is going to be for my pleasure, because I like to drink a couple glasses of wine as I'm making my meal. It makes the time go by faster. So on to the smoking. All right, so I have the Traeger going right now. The idea is right now it's on smoke. Been on for about 5 minutes. I'm going to modify the temperature to 180 and close the lid and let it preheat. The temperature has been a little flaky because right now here in Texas, the temperature is pretty hot. It's about 108 degrees outside right now, but I'll see how this works out as far as maintaining this temperature is concerned. Gonna get this heat up to 180 and put these meatballs on. Next up, we're gonna saute the onions, the celery, and the carrot, along with some olive oil you see here. And that was given to me by my brother and sister-in-law. They went to Italy. So that's coming up now. Let's get this started and see how it goes. So as you can see now in my Instant Pot, I have my pureed carrots, my celery, and my onion. And I'm on the saute function. So I'm gonna let this right here simmer until the veggies soften, which shouldn't be too hard since I pureed them pretty good, mainly because my kids don't want to see chunks of carrots or anything in their food because they'll freak out. God forbid give them a veggie, right? So let this simmer for like 6 minutes or so. Then we're gonna add in the garlic and go to the next step. So the Traeger is warmed up now and I've put those meatballs on. I'm gonna let those smoke now for around 30 minutes. So I'm gonna close this grill out and let them starting. Then afterward, naturally, we're gonna raise that temperature. So I've added the garlic and I've added the tomato paste. At this point, you can start to smell that garlic coming through. I'm gonna give this about a minute, stirring a little bit here and there. Then I'm gonna pull it out and put it in a separate bowl and begin my next steps. But yeah, that smell is coming through and it smells really good right now. I happen to be a lover of garlic too. And don't forget, enjoy the wine. After all, this is fun, right? So as you can see, that meat's starting to brown now really nice, and I've broken it down some. Next, I'm going to stir in a teaspoon of the salt along with the thyme, oregano, basil, pepper, and nutmeg. When that's done, I'm going to stir in the milk, bring to a rapid simmer until the milk's kind of reduced a little bit, about 10 minutes. Then I'll stir in the wine, simmer it down, just like I did the milk, for about 10 more minutes. I've added the ingredients, everything, into this pot now, including the last item, which is going to be 2 bay leaves. I've stirred it up. It looks nice and consistent at this point. So now the next step is going to be turning on the Instant Pot and letting it do its job. After which we're going to have this nice, beautiful bolognese sauce. It's going to be delicious. It already smells great, but wait till it's done. Cooking for 20 minutes. It's going to be incredible. And then those meatballs are going to come out in a couple of minutes too. And it's going to be just fantastic. Alrighty, as you can see, these meatballs have smoked. They're nice and caramelized now too. Look at that. Next step is going to be increasing the heat to 350 and cooking these bad boys. And boy, are they going to be delicious. So right about now, my kitchen's a mess, but the Instant Pot's going to my right, and it's going to have a nice juicy bolognese sauce done in about 25 minutes. The meatballs have 30 to 35 minutes, and they're cooking at 350 on the Traeger. When it's complete, I'm gonna have myself a meal. In the between time, I'm gonna sip some wine and clean my kitchen up and get ready for the presentation for the wife and kids. Alright, these meatballs are done. As you can see, my internal temperature is around 173 on the biggest one. Smallest one's dancing around 180. Actually, a little hotter than I want them to be. So they're done, probably well done, some of them, but they're done. So I'm gonna pull these off now. Per documentation on this new Traeger Silverton, I'm going to turn this grill down to the shutdown cycle. That's going to allow the auger to clear itself, and the fan's going to stay on, and it's going to clear up, and it's going to turn itself off. Now on to the next step. So at this point, as you can see, the meatballs are done, display A. The Instant Pot's now venting. When that's done, we're going to be done with our meal, and we're going to put things together and give you guys a final display. In the between time, I'm going to celebrate, have some wine. Alexa, play me some 80s music.
Here's a station for 80s music, all 80s, from Amazon Music.
Salute, guys, once again. We're getting close to paradise. Look at those meatballs, guys. Wow, and better yet, look at this sauce. My goodness, man, oh man. So now we're done. So now the next step's gonna be, like I said, putting this meal together. And I gotta tell you, this smells divine, right? So moving across, we're now ready to go to the next step, which is gonna be putting this meal together, building the salad and the meals and putting a nice picture together for you guys to see. And then it's gonna be time to eat and sip the wine. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the final picture. This is gonna be that nice juicy meatball, Italian sausage, and ground beef smoked, along with the Instant Pot Bolognese sauce. This smells divine. So without any further ado, it is time to dig in.